So it's Chatty Sparkly Runners back with the second part of our little sequence on hill training.
And lots of people get frightened by hill training. And they shouldn't be frightened by hill training at all. They should just enjoy hill training.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
They see a big hill and they get a bit
like the hill that we're standing on today.
So can you just remind everybody a little bit about what we said last time?
Yeah, so when do you do your hills?
Yeah.
Well, after you've done your nice chatty running, you've built up your chatty running and you've got your heart and lungs and all your blood system working nicely.
Yeah, and you
increased
increased your fitness.
You increase your fitness, your cardiovascular fitness. You can then do some hills, and the hills will strengthen your muscles up and the tendons
and I
around
think
it.
We did mention putting a few just running up hills in your build up.
To bring that, so to get you nice and strong. You can do some calf raises if you wanted to. So here we're specifically using our strengthening our muscles.
This is special hills, and people might not.
No.
They might not recognise.
Okay. So chatty sparkly hills.
Chatty sparkly hills.
There's two golden rules with hill training. Number one is don't get out of breath. As in, you just got
that might surprise a few people.
Yeah, you've got to stay aerobic. It's a chatty activity. When we do it, you don't build up the hill as fast as you can and get totally out of breath.
Oh, that's a relief.
And the second, nice breeze here. And the second is when you lose form, stop. So if you've lost form and you feel like you're running ragged, then
and you'll talk a bit about what that form should be in a minute.
Yeah. Okay. So there are two sorts.
Two sorts of hill training.
They're only going to be sparkly hills for chatty sparkly runners. We're not.
And by that we mean 10 seconds and
10 seconds. So I will do that. The first one is just run, and the second was, we call it steep hill running, and it's a different technique to build your muscles up and your tendons up, a little bit different.
So you're going to demonstrate?
I'm going to do a chatty. Yeah, I will do. I'll do two of each. So we'll do a chatty sparkly ordinary hill, which is a 10-second. And what you need to do is just run normally, go a bit faster than normal. It's a sparkle. The first thing to do is to bring your knees up a bit higher.
Right.
And the second thing is get as much power down through your foot as you can.
Right. So does that mean pushing off a bit hard?
Yeah.
Pushing off a little bit more.
That's all you need to do.
Right. Okay, so basically it's putting your sparkle on the hill, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay, I better send you down.
Okay, good.
Well, Colin's disappeared out of view. I can see a blue dot on the screen. He's about 35 metres away, I think. Ready to do his first 10-second sparkle. Are you set? You ready? Off you go. Now this is just ordinary running up the hill, bringing his knees up and pushing off. Perfect. I'm going to just keep the camera on you, Colin.
I can feel this working my legs here. It's really working.
And you're not out of breath, are you?
No, not out of breath because it's a sparkle. Yeah. So I'm not going to be out of breath.
Brilliant.
I need a nice 2 minutes to recover.
Okay, so a nice 2-minute walk back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got friends you can chat about whatever you want to chat about. So I'll head off again.
Okay, and you're going to do it one more time.
Yeah, and
a little bit more with your feet.
I could feel my muscles working, but I'm not out of breath.
And how do you know you've got good form?
Well, you run tall, you drive with your arms, drive back with your arms, and I concentrate on bringing my knee up a little bit more and pushing down.
Yeah. And then my second question is, how do you know when you're losing your form? Because you can't see yourself. Well, how do you feel it?
You shouldn't lose your form in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
If you went 30 seconds and the acidity starts to hit you and you get huffy puffy, then what happens is you lose coordination. Yeah. And that loss of coordination, you don't want it. I'm now going to do 3 of what we call steep hill running. And that's actually, we don't go up the hill as fast, but we do a more exaggerated action. And it works your muscles even more. But I won't describe it. Let me do it first.
And then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, and it's again 10 seconds. If you do three steps a second, well that's 10 seconds is only 30 steps.
So Colin's actually starting a little bit higher up the hill here, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that's because you're not going to be travelling as far. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Off you go. Let's see the difference.
You can talk.
Yeah, he's talking.
That's it.
Not out of breath?
Not out of breath. legs are aching here.
Mm.
Top of my back and my legs aching. And that is, if you did that once a week as part of a fun fartlek session, it would do the trick.
And what trick would it do, Colin?
It would build your muscles up and get your tendons stronger. And it gives you it teaches you how to run with a lovely sprinting action.
So it's actually good for your running form generally.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
Because it's strengthening everything up.
After I've done this, is I'd do a couple of 60-metre runs, sparkly runs on the flat, so that you transfer your hill, what you've learnt on the hill, onto the flat. So you might do 6 uphill sections, and you might do 2 flat sparkles.
2 flat sparkles.
Let me do it again, you'll see.
And you're still having the same recovery in between each, about a couple of minutes?
Yeah, same, yeah.
Yeah, and you do this until your legs can't take any more?
Yeah, I wasn't breathing, I was holding my breath. When you hold your breath, it tightens your tummy.
So why did you hold your breath?
Well, I didn't need to breathe because it's only 10 seconds.
All right, so like a sprinter.
So what I'm doing is I'm keeping my head up, hopefully leaning a little bit into the
Okay, we'll
hill.
look for the lean this time.
A little bit, and then I'm not leaning that way, but leaning into the hill forwards like that. And then I'm concentrating on bringing my knee nice and high. And then when my foot hits the ground, I'm pushing off.
And you're taking little steps, aren't you? You're not taking
I'm moving
strides
up ever so slowly, aren't I?
Right, off we go.
I'll count my steps this time.
Okay, so you ready for your second steep hill running demonstration? The one where Colin breathes.
That's 30.
30 steps in about 10 seconds.
And I feel it here.
Yeah.
I feel it here.
So it's working those muscles.
And it's a lovely bridge between the chatty running and the faster running that you might want to do in a few weeks' time, because you've strengthened everything else up.
So it's getting your body ready for some faster running then.
Yeah.
So how often in the week would you do it?
If you're running 4 times a week, you'd have one longer chatty run, wouldn't you? You'd have one fun fartlek, and the fun fartlek could be your hills.
Could have some hills in it.
If you're just starting off, how many hills would you? I'd be really gentle. I'd only do. You might start off with 4, see what happens. But 6, you should
2 of each.
2 of each. You could do 6.
Yeah.
And then it's up to you. I quite like to do the steep hill running, the slow moving ones, because I think they really help me. So have a go at both, and if you think one really helps, then do that one.
Yeah.
So
match your needs.
Yeah. After 4 weeks, you could be doing 10 to 12 of these, but you don't have to do many. The secret is having a nice rest between each one.
And it's like anything chatty sparkly. You only need to do a little bit and build it up.
Yeah, and it really makes a difference.
You don't need to go mad. Don't
No,
go
there's
mad.
no out of breath. The people that we've done it with sessions, they come away thinking, "Oh, that's really lovely. I really enjoyed that," because they think a hill session they're going to get really out of breath and they're going to get.
This is a hill session you can actually enjoy.
Yeah,
isn't
absolutely. Yeah, it's great fun. Yeah, I love it because it makes me feel faster. It tricks the real benefit of it, not to get too technical, is your brain recruits more of the muscle. So you're really lazy, and your brain will only recruit any muscle fibers, the least amount of muscle fibers it can get away with. So when you're running up the hill, if you do these things, it will suddenly start recruiting more of your muscle. So actually you'll get stronger. Each muscle doesn't get stronger, but you will use more muscle. So when you come to run on the flat, you're suddenly able to use more muscle and
more power,
you'll go faster. Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Wow. So is there any value in doing, what you see people doing, just blasting up the hill as an effort?
Well, only when if you're in that bit of training where you want to get out of breath.
Yeah, and that's coming next.
And that's coming next.
Okay,
so
that's a good lead in then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So next week, faster running.
Yeah.
Faster running.
Yeah, so thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments below how you get on when you do your...
Or join our group.
Join our training group.
Yeah, and let us know how. Put some heels in, see how you get on.
Yeah.
Ask us for advice as well, it would be really good.
And I'm just off to do my cool down.
Excellent.
Yeah, you do need to do a cool down because
yeah, definitely.
your muscles might get a bit achy.
So brilliant. So we'll see you next week. Don't forget to join our Facebook group if you want to catch up as well with Colin's running shorts.
Yes.
Yes. How's his training going?
How's it gone last week? It's a good week last week.
Okay. So join our Facebook group for that. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.